Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to Faded Town, the number one Pokemon podcast in the world. These are facts. Look that shit up in a book. Pokestats that shit. Google it. Whatever you gotta do. These
You
are the
heard the man.
facts.
Number
Right?
one.
As always, you hear the man here. We got the best fucking guest in the world.
Yo, much appreciated. I think I'm just a regular guest.
No. We got the best guest. Don't worry. This week we got Mike Morton here, dude. How's it going?
Yo, what's good, guys? Long time coming. I literally begged for this.
Yeah, that's the only reason I had you on. No, I just played it. I just
See,
played. No,
I don't even deserve my Faded Town spot.
No, dude. Let's talk about that because I feel like me and you kind of have this relationship where we both had our big fucking come out last year where you got fourth with that and I hit the third with the Blastoise, and then I feel like you projected that into what is now Cutter Tap, and you're looking great. And
that was really cool.
Yeah,
so
how'd that all go down? Like, how did the whole? Because I remember that tournament when I talked to you when you're playing Zapdos. You're just like, this is the freest tournament ever, easy fucking peasy.
Like, dude, it really was. I can't I've never won so many games, and I felt like they were so easy. Until I went to Daytona. My day one in Daytona felt the same way as my
this
day
year?
two in yes.
Okay,
Is
that
I
when you
played
played Malamar,
and
right?
my matchups were free. So I don't remember my matchups when I played Zapdos, but I remember that I played in Daytona on day one. I was playing Malamar, and I played 4 Baby Browns day one, and I played 3 Mewtwo's day one, and I played a Mirror day one. So
got him.
and I went 7-1-1.
Boom.
I should have gone 8-1, because the only deck I lost to that day was ADP, and that was Xander Pro.
Yeah. Well, he kind of did good that tournament, no?
Yeah, he got second place, right?
Maybe first. Second,
he did
who
pretty
knows?
well.
He did all right.
He did very well.
But
back to the original.
Yeah.
So, Cutter Tap really came, it matriculated over from the tournament that we played at in Utah. I played Hunter Butler as the winning end into day 2 in Zoro Eggs Mirror.
Ooh.
And he red carded me into the nuts.
Ooh, got him.
And hexed me. And he red carded me into the 4 Pokemon that I stretchered last turn.
Oh, perfect.
So I benched all 4 of the Pokemon and KO'd his guy and won the game.
That's
so
insane.
From there, Hunter and I, we'd been talking for years, the last year. And then Finn and I became friends at that tournament too, because we played Zoro X Mirror after day 2. We were just killing time before they started giving out our prizing. And from then we started talking about decks, and I just had a lot of crazy ideas last year. So they were talking about playing Gardevoir for Madison, and we thought that was a good deck. And they were playing a Swampert engine and a bunch of other crazy stuff. And I was like, they had come up with a list, and I was like, this is kind of everywhere.
Right.
And I was like, this isn't how this deck works. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to go full turbo, 4 rare candy, 4/4 Gardevoir, couple of Curlias, Lily, the whole thing. We're going to just get the boys out and smack people. So Finn played that at Internats.
Right.
And he did really well. And this is right when Hunter showed us the Stunfisk Spiritomb deck. It was 12 a.m. He comes through the hotel. He's like, bro,
I got the nuts.
he comes through, and everybody looks at this deck, and we're like, this is $38.
Right? This is free. It's a stretcher deck, boy.
We were looking at this deck, and we're just like, we had doubts.
You have to, but
And I was still super high on Zapdos because I had come up the top 4.
Right.
I played it in Madison, and I got points, even though people were playing Wheezing at that tournament.
Right.
I skipped Origins when I knew Zapdos would have been very well
Yeah, everybody did
positioned,
well at Origins with
and
Zapdos too.
DDG for some reason decided that they always play Pikarom at Internets. So playing Zapdos at Internets was a great play, and I ended up giving away my day to a friend named Cameron.
Nice.
So and then from then I ended up getting into the Cutter Tap squad.
Basically, it just formed over time. That's what's
Really,
up. I feel like it's
those are my
like
guys.
yeah. Right now, it's like really important to have that good testing group, especially if you
really,
want to compete.
Our testing group is so good though, because like we like come up with like so kind of like the top 5 projected meta decks like that everyone's gonna play. We just go, okay, cool. We see those decks and we're just like, let's play anything else.
Yeah. Let's try this. But I mean, I think a lot of people are doing that now, and I think if you look at the people that are doing well in this game, they have a lot of support behind them.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy. Like to think, because I mean, you know, I have a lot of guests on here, and you just sit here and you're like, all right, boom, this guy won. Well, he's with the lab. He's got all these great testing group. Cutter Tap's on fire right now. You got DDG.
Yo, shout out to the lab though.
Right?
I didn't even know that they had a name like at first. I just knew they were always hanging out and working on wacky stuff.
Right? They're out here killing it too.
They really are though. Like
you guys kind of have the same idea, but yours was a little better. Yours was a little better.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Their Tina Chomp deck was sick.
They played Toads. Yeah.
Yeah, like for some reason, like the last 2 tournaments I played in, Daytona and Dallas, Will Jenkins, my homie, shout out to Will Jenkins. We've always sat like right across from each other or right next to each other, round 1, and I saw his deck and I was like, oh,
that looks like my deck.
Sauce. But he was playing a Toad, and I was like, this doesn't look right. But sure.
I don't know.
He bodied his opponent though.
Yeah.
And I dead drew my first game in that series, and he didn't know what I was playing until game 2 when I waxed the floor. Literally, like he looked over and he like looked back, and the game was over because I won game 2 in like 3 turns.
I kind of feel Expanded is like that though, right?
Oh yeah, especially that format,
right.
And especially if you're playing Tina Chomp. Like if the game went past 4 turns, either you're playing a tag team deck like Reshiram Realm or something like that, or like you were gonna lose the game.
Yeah, I played Lucario, and it was like I didn't play one game. Like I literally went like Turbo Dark, ran it over in like 3 turns. Then I played Mewtwo, got ran over in 3 turns. Then I played Shock Lock and just looked at my opponent for 30 minutes, and then it was like Turbo Dark, like it was doing nothing.
I have a question about the tournament though. At Dallas, why was there so many Shock Locks? Who was handing out beaches?
Well, I don't know who was handing out beaches, but it's all fucking Raul's fault. Raul fucking ready threw everyone a fucking Shock Lock deck and was like, we're playing this, and you know the people with Raul. They just listen to him. They're like, "Yeah," but hey, it wasn't a bad call.
But that's because when you look at Raul, he just smiles at you. And just like, son of a
dude,
bitch,
this close. I was this close playing Shock Lock. This close.
Just like hits you with the Rick and Morty. He's like, "You son of a bitch."
Right. I was so close. He's like, "We should play Shock Lock." I was like, "It's so easy. No. I should do that." No.
But fortunately, most of the people who play the Teen Chomp deck had a pretty good.
You guys had an out. Yeah, well, you guys had Comfy, right? Or Comfy?
Yeah.
That's it. What the fuck are they gonna do?
I mean, they can muck the Comfy, but like...
You just kill the fucking muck.
I mean, you still have to get there, though.
Yeah,
and you can't play any supporters. So usually, like, if you hit the nuts... So the nuts is like lone Comfy, lone Noivern. So then you just, like...
Yes.
You distort them until they... Until you knock out like a few things, then you boom burst their entire board, and you wipe the floor.
Yeah, that was like your deck was when I looked at it, I was like, God, Like, it's just how strong Double Dragon is, and everything just made that deck fucking insane.
Yeah, like after Hunter won, we were kind of talking about it in the room, and we are just like, if the format wasn't changing, probably like 3 cards out of this deck would have got banned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like eggs off the rip,
Yep.
compressor probably, and maybe DDE, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I mean, like, without DDE, you can't attack on turn 1.
Correct. Well,
Without-
and the rule change.
without-
Yeah.
Without compressor, you can't get the eggs. You can't have access to your entire deck. And without the eggs, your deck just doesn't work.
Yeah, if they I was talking to Drew Bennett on the last podcast, and he's like, dude, if you just get rid of compressor and like VS Seeker, the format would be insane.
I don't think so. I think the format would be very like. Well, actually, it depends on your perspective. I think that would make the format very honest.
Correct. I think it would be fair. Yes.
But then again, I think Expanded is a format that's built for Flash.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to show a new person that's never seen Pokemon and you wanted them to be excited about it, I would show them Expanded. I wouldn't show them Standard.
I think that'd be over. A lot of people are overwhelmed with the Expanded, though.
I mean, yeah, there's so many cards. The cards go back so many years in use.
It's crazy that, like, I don't know. I don't have. It's crazy when you play, you don't, like, I don't see it. Like, it doesn't feel like I know every fucking card, you know? But then.
Exactly, until you see a card you don't know.
Yes. Yes. You see the card. You know you're fucked. You know you're fucked. Like, when someone puts something down and you gotta pick it up, you're like, I'm probably gonna lose. I'm probably lose.
The first time I knew that I didn't know Expanded was like when I first started playing, and one of my good friends now, Grafton Roll, was playing on stream, and he was playing that Fossils deck, and he was playing Twist Mountain. This was like
Twist Mountain. That shit was bomb. I remember that.
His deck was so insane, and I didn't know any of the cards. I was like, okay, I don't know anything about this deck, anything about this format. I'm fucked.
It's so funny.
And I wasn't even at that tournament. I just watched it on stream.
That's it. I don't know. I love Expanded. I'd rather play that than anything. I think. I just like the cards. I played with those cards so long, but I think we're getting into having Sycamore back in Standard is gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
I think so. I think they had to bring a supporter like that back because they literally just they literally shat on Lily.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that wasn't fair. Like everyone was like, okay, cool, Lily's fine, and then they just go, no supporter, and they're just like, oh, so
what am I gonna do here?
Right? You just clip my wings.
At the end of the day, how do you personally feel about the no supporter turn rule?
So, I also think that if you can't support her on your first turn, you should be able to attack. But with tag teams being so good and Expanded, I don't like. It's kind of a double-edged sword because I don't want to get hit with a Calamitous Slash on turn 1 before I've done anything. But I also, like, kind of want to be able to get that donk if they did nothing.
It's like, I think Expanded's going to be real weird because you're going to have, like, a turn with no supporters. Mm-hmm. And then if someone just, like, Quaking Punches you next turn, like, oh, no supporters, now no items. And like, did you really get to play the game? Did you? Who knows? It matters what you're playing, too. Like, I'm sure if you're playing Turbo Dark, it's like, whatever, I fucking detonated and Shaman 6 times. Who cares? But if you're not playing that deck and someone item locks you turn 1, going second, like, it's going to be fucking annoying.
Absolutely. But I also think that promotes, like, faster gameplay. Like,
I agree.
I think a lot of people are going to start playing a lot of the Denes and Shaman again. Mm-hmm. It's going to look like 2016 format.
Yeah.
Like Rayquaza and for all these decks.
Right.
But with that, it's just so many prizes on your field, and
Yeah, it
So
becomes
many cards
weird.
become good. Yeah.
It becomes weird. I'm excited to see what the expanded format. As for standard, I think it's really good actually. I think
Like
um
the format's so crazy, man. A friend of mine sent me an expanded list
oh
for
for
Zacian,
oh
for Zacian
god.
V with 2 supporters.
Is it the fucking that metal chick supporter?
No, 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 no.
No.
It was one Sycamore and one Guzma. Those were the only 2 supporters in the deck.
He's going off then.
Yes, he was.
He's like 4/4 shaman for sure.
It was like a 3 and a 3. It was like a
Yeah.
three
Three
shave and
DNA,
three
three
to did
DNA.
it, and I was like,
Skyfield.
well,
Sudowoodo is
yeah,
gonna run the format, boys. Shut that shit down.
you're right.
Yeah.
Sudowoodo did run the format in
It
2016,
did.
though.
It fucks it up. But
People were just like looking at their Rayquazas and just like, this is
uh
trash. What do I do with
Hex
these?
Maniac. Oh no, we got rid of that shit.
Yeah.
You think they'll bring
I
back
think,
cards like that?
um, if
Right?
they
It's
didn't have
tough.
VS Seeker, I would allow Hex back.
Yep, that's what we were talking. We're like Hex would be good if they didn't have VS Seeker because like okay, if you want to play 4 Hex, cool. But to only have to play 1 and have access to it every turn is fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if, and I think you could bring back Getsus.
Yeah, I think
Because
Getsus is fine, right?
yeah, because at least if they go first, they are allowed
To
to.
play out their items.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. It sucks.
and
Archie's is fucked, right? Archie's is fucked.
yeah, if they bring back Getsus,
No,
yeah.
not even that. Just like if you can't support turn 1, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Oh yeah,
You're
rip.
fucked. What are you gonna do? It's like, can I go second, please? Thank
Rest in
you.
peace to you and Andy.
Yeah. I'm like, that sucks. But I don't know. The deck was pretty dead. I mean, it did get like top 15 at Dallas.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I
but
looked at the list.
a lot of those,
It
a
was
lot of those
trash.
decks that made top 16 at that tournament, I really don't know how they made
Me
it.
neither.
I don't. Huh? Yeah, like there was 2 Ultra Cosmos in top 16. There was Mewtwo's in top 16. There was Archie's, like you said, in top 16. I was like, how
There's an
come we didn't
80.
just
There's
farm
an
this?
ADP fucking trio birds in top 6.
I was just like, I was thinking to myself, like, how did we not farm these guys?
Yeah, I have no clue.
And
I don't
the
know.
funny thing about my day 2 in Dallas is that I lost my round 1 to Hunter's top 8 opponent.
Oh, the fucking.
And that was my only loss on day 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Right?
Were you 6
I
to
went,
1?
I came in 6-2-1.
Fuck.
And then I went 3-1-1 on day 2.
Yeah, that sucks. Fuck
Yep.
it. The day 2 grind's hard because if you do come in at 6 to 1, that you cannot lose. You got to.
I mean, I also don't think that it would have been a good idea for me to play out my last round against Eggrow. I probably would have gotten bodied.
Probably. It's not the best matchup for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's like a 45-55
Yeah.
or 40-60.
That fucking egg route seems so trash, dude. I mean, I don't know.
Eggrow seems so good
It's so
for this
good.
new format, though.
Yeah, I feel like these decks that are so linear, it's fucking insane that they do well.
I mean,
Shocklock, Agrow, the fucking Reggie Stall. These stall decks are fucking so trash that it doesn't take much to counter them, but you have to play those cards. If you don't play those cards, they just win.
yeah, but when you play a deck like that, you kind of know that your deck does one thing well,
Mm-hmm.
and as long as you're doing that thing every round,
Yeah.
you're gonna win a game.
Oh, yeah.
So winning
It
the
just
game
sucks.
winning that game is half the battle. Making
Right.
sure your deck does that one thing every game is the other half of the battle.
Mhm.
So I mean, like that guy who beat Hunter, he went like 8-0-1 before his
Yeah.
deck list. So
There are so many of those DQs though. I think it was
yeah, I
3
actually
in
think
day
that there
2.
was a problem with Arcanine that weekend.
The problem with there wasn't a problem with Arcanine. The problem is that people didn't understand how Arcanine worked.
Oh no, I think there was though. So the list that they posted for me having for the Dallas tournament was the list that I put into Arcanine Thursday night before I even flew into Dallas. Then I put in a new list at 12 a.m. on Saturday before
Okay.
like 8 hours before the tournament.
It's
And
still it
yes,
was,
or whoever runs Limitless got my old Thursday list from Arcanine, but they didn't have my
the one
day
you
of
actually read.
list from Saturday. Yeah.
That's
So
weird.
Limitless has my old list, but it doesn't have the new list.
That's weird.
Right?
Yeah, because a lot of people, like a lot of the problem with the people that got DQ'd was if you like touch the upper side of the card on Arcanine, it'll give you 4.
Oh.
Yeah, and like people, but I mean, they should fuck it. There should be something that says that they're gonna give that. That's how that works.
I mean,
But
also, why didn't you just double check your
dude,
list?
people don't. They're fucking brain deads.
It'd be like that in the street.
Sometimes I'm like, fuck. I mean, I my lab or at fucking what's we call it? Well, Portland, I put Junipers down. I played Sycamores.
Rip.
Yeah,
Did
but
they make you change that to basic energy?
no, they made me change it to Sycamores or to
Oh.
Junipers. They're like, you either change them to Junipers. The judge was like, it's pretty much it is the same card. So she's like, I'm not gonna punish you, but if you don't have Junipers, we're changing them to Energy. I was like, I'm getting fucking Junipers. I'll be right back. I'm gonna buy myself 4 Junipers.
I'm not getting messed up for this.
No.
Not today, bud.
They gave me a game loss, but it was.
I mean,
whatever.
it's all
It's not fucking. It wasn't over, you know.
It's all good. It's all good.
Right. So let me get back to this. So you come off this victory, or I mean, I mean, it's not a victory, but like for someone, like I have the same feeling with you. Like it felt really good to get that far, you know,
Oh, the top fours?
the top 4, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
and
yeah.
then you get the support system behind you, and like
Oh, for sure.
I feel like I'm stuck in this fucking like bubble of Stacker Scoop where like I don't get the support system. Like Vegas is very niche. People are very casual here, and like there's no one that travels like me and shit. So like my fucking testing partner is PTCGO, you know, and I feel like I missed an opportunity, you know, because like you come off this top 4, you continue to do your thing, you find your testing group, and now you're fucking set, and like you can see this year you're in a consistent mode, top day 2ing, boom boom boom, you have a good support system. I was like, I think I fucked up. I fucked up.
So when I got my first day 2, that Utah tournament,
Yes.
I was playing like, I think I played like a ridiculous amount of hours of TCGO, like a
Right.
week and a half, like 2 weeks before the tournament, and then like 3 or 4 days before the tournament, I was just like, I don't like any of these decks, and I just decided to play Zero
Zoroark.
X. And then that happened, and from then on, I guess I just like traveled, and more people just like started noticing who I
Right.
was, and then I was like, okay, cool, like I'm just moving like in the community, and it's really cool, and I mean, it just be like that.
Yeah, right. That's what I tell people that all the time. I'm like, the better you do, the more the more you show up, and the better you do, the more recognition you'll get, and you'll
better
form
you
these
do
friends.
Wacky stuff. The better.
Oh
you
yeah, I mean that's like the catapult, you know.
Yeah, because like Katron and I both top forward with Marshadow, Machamp, and our Zapdos list.
Yeah.
And then I got the wave in Daytona in December from playing Venusaur, Snivy, and Malamar. And then we all got a major bump from playing
That's
the Teenage
whatever it
deck
is,
with
yeah.
Alex.
Yeah,
So
but you got. I mean, it's like it's really nice to see that these groups of people coming together and having success, and like you're a testament. I mean, every person I have on here is almost a testament that you're almost like handicapping yourself if you don't have a testing group.
you probably are.
100%. Like I feel like it wasn't like this though. I think people had like groups they played with, but now it's like this is my test group, and we're trying to do well, and like
Yeah.
And now
And
I do it.
and I mean, trying to break the stigma of the testing group is just like, just because you're in a testing group doesn't mean like you're full on going hard testing everything with
Right.
like all these guys. It's just like sometimes you'll be chatting about regular stuff, like regular life stuff, and then somebody will be like, okay, cool. What do you think about this card?
Exactly.
And I'll be like, okay, that card kind of seems good. Or somebody will come be in here like, oh, I tested that. That card's trash. And they'd be like, okay, cool. This guy is somebody I trust, and he actually put work into this card, so he saved me time. So
Yes.
it's just like
It's you're basically putting like 4 minds together. Or you're putting a lot of minds together that are good.
exactly.
It's
And then
a
people
time saver.
and like these people are your friends, and like
Right.
you trust them. So not only do you respect their opinion, you respect respect the skill that they have and the time that they put into working on an idea.
Right.
So it's not when you say when they tell you a card's trash that it's coming from a bad place.
Right.
Like some people like that you don't know, or
Mhm.
somebody who's not your circle will be like, yeah, that card's trash, and then they won't tell you why that card's trash. These guys will tell you that card's trash. This is why that card's trash, and then you go, okay, but since you played it that way, how
What if we
about
try
you
this?
try it this way? And then then you flip their perspective, and then they get to go back, and with the time that they used, they get to apply this new concept.
Yeah.
And then they say, okay, this card's not trash the way that you said it. We should play it. Now we should try this.
Right. And I feel like it's crazy. I don't know. I don't want to like boast myself, but it's like I see these. I interview these people and talk to them, and they're working with all these people, and I'm like, I don't fucking work with nobody. And I'm like, I got third at regional. I'm like, I had day 2 like once a year. I was like, I feel like I'm good, I'm good, but I just need that boost. I think eventually I'll figure it out. I'll get that group of players that are actually committed, and I think that's the real push. I think everyone should look for that. If you can get 4 or 5 people that you don't even have to be great. Like these, obviously, when you have like you and fucking Finn and them, you guys are gonna do well because you guys are very good at the game and you all work together. But just putting 6 minds together to work together will up your game incredibly. I think just by doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Like with like Cutter Tap is kind of weird because like Finn and Hunter and Joe, they've been playing the game for like almost a decade, and Carter and I are the new guys on the block.
Yeah.
I'm not forgetting Hale. Hale is a super brain. He does he's like really good at control stuff. Like he perfected the Poiple list that I started off with.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so that list was crazy.
It's fucking dope though.
So the funny part about that is like the idea of Poiple stall came while I was sitting at Chili's talking to one of my local friends.
Right? Like it's little things. I tell people that all the time. Like when you read every card in the set, because like there's some things that you read and go, you know what, this might be good.
That's broken.
That's fucking broken. Like no one's talking about this. This looks broken. Like
literally
in this new set, I'm gonna fucking leak this right now. But there is a card that's like fucking let loose for attack.
Oh.
Only like a one-sided let loose for attack. One-sided judge for its attack. And I'm telling you, I don't know how that's broken, but that's fucking busted. And it's for like 1 energy or something. I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking read the cards.
Is it a colorless energy?
I don't remember. I want to say it's on a dark Pokemon, but I'm like,
it's broken.
I read it. I was
probably
like,
not gonna see me play.
Ooh, who knows, dude? People, you just start fucking.
Okay, I'm gonna
eventually.
stay away from your locals because you're gonna play
no.
the card.
I might play that fucking card. I'll figure it out. But the problem is like, I don't have the time and the effort to put in to shit like that. Like if you had like a shit ton of people,
It's like me,
right? Yeah. But if you have like a shit ton of people, if I had 6 people working with me, we can fucking figure that out, you know. But for me to sit down with like an odd idea, like I'd have to put in the time and the effort to do that, and it's rough. It's a lot easier for someone like me to go, Malamar, boom, 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 boom. Oh, fucking worked. Let's go. You know, even like Malamar's fucking looks fucking busted, so why not?
I mean, that's literally what I did for Daytona.
Exactly.
I was tired of all the other decks, didn't have a lot of cards, and I was like, you know what? Let's throw in all these cards into Malamar.
We got this.
Literally, we played. What did I play? I played a Dinosaur.
You played some weird shit.
Finger Nag. I played Fairy Mimikyu. There was a lot of stuff in that deck.
Right.
And it ended up being mostly mysterious treasure fodder.
So how fucking how long have you been playing this game actually?
I started playing right before Steam Siege came out, so like late 2016.
All right, that's not too bad. Like it's nice to see success early, right?
Right. I mean, it didn't come very early. I was getting bodied.
Like 1 year though. That's not too bad.
My first regional was the last Athens regional. That was the first Pokemon tournament I ever played.
Okay.
Like I had only played with Jalen before. Shout out to Jalen. Sent me through the gauntlet on my day one of Pokemon. Right. I didn't win any games. I think I tied a game.
My first regional, I was on my when I first started playing. It cut to top 8. There was no day 2. It just went straight to top 8, and I'm fucking. It was in like the craziest fucking meta. The Mega Manetric just came out.
That card was broken.
That shit was busted. They were playing with Black Kyurem, and that was like the big deck, Mega Manetric, Black Kyurem. But then you also had fucking Seismitoad, Slurpuff. When they fucking used...
I definitely wasn't here.
No.
I wasn't around when
they had Lysander's Trump card, which just lets you fucking keep hammering people to death.
But, I heard about that card. I heard it was broken.
Me and my fucking buddy Zach, like, right, that fool was like my ride or die. We played... that's the only person I really played with. I think you met him. But
I did.
He fucking quit. But
he's with his lady now.
I don't give up. Nah. He comes around, but we came up with like this busted ass fucking Virizion Genesect deck. We threw in like a 2/2 fucking the Mega Manetric and 1 Dragonite. Because
what does Dragonite do?
Dragonite had Tapu Koko's ability, whereas like you go straight to the active, you can move the energy to it. Mm-hmm. And it hit for like 130.
It's like a break-in?
Yeah, like a break-in. Mm-hmm. Bust-in.
Yeah.
At Bust-in.
Yeah, Bust-in, yeah.
Yeah.
Break-in would have been a terrible name.
Yeah. But the difference between Dragonite and Black Kyurem is Black Kyurem was weak to dragons. Dragonite was weak to fairies. So you were like, you would play out this game and they would have their Black Kyurem fucking shit up and you just bust in and they have no answer. They have no fucking answer. And it'll just blow their fucking minds. They're like, oh, fuck, what the hell? Boom. So, like, I'm just rolling through this tournament. Boom, boom, boom. I get to the winning into top 8, my first fucking regional. And I get fucking paired against Kenny Britton's sister, Christy Britton. And she's playing Sizatoad. And, like, it's the freest matchup. I'm playing fucking Virizion. Like, she does 10 damage to me, and I do 100. And I like, from not being experienced and not, like, I overplayed it, and I fucking lost. I lost, like, she didn't even think she could win. She almost just didn't play. And then I go and just play stupid and I lose. And it's still one of the biggest regrets. But for my first regional, I was like, all right, maybe I'm good at this game. let me fucking play, dude.
Right.
But I think it takes that. It takes, like, having a little success to be like, all right, let me
settle down.
I'm actually gonna try to play this game, you know? And
yeah, I think you're right too.
And
because
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. At the beginning of the year, I think I kind of I was scrambling a little bit trying to
Right.
figure out what I was doing. Like after I had that tear at the end of last year,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, after I didn't like do well at Worlds, after testing the Worlds deck that we played for X months, and I was just like, I think I probably just like reverted back to where I thought I was, and I was like, I was asking the team like, bro, maybe I need coaching, maybe I'm doing something wrong, and they were just like, bro, you don't need coaching,
Dude.
you're fine, you're just in a slump, you just
Yeah.
need to figure it out, just play your game, and you'll be fine.
It's good to have people like that. That's dope because when you get in certain situations where you are slumping, it is hard to go like you get in this mindset of like, why the fuck am I playing this game?
Right.
Like I put in all this time and effort, and like people always get mad. Like, why are you mad? It's like the reason I'm mad is because I fucking tested this deck for umpteen hours, and I come to this regional and I fucking play like shit.
Right.
Like I'm not mad at anyone. I'm mad at myself for that.
You
You
know,
know?
the other thing that's funny though is like if you test a deck and the deck is working so well and it's
Right?
like running a heater, bro. And then you're like, bro, on God, and you're beating all your testing friends, you're beating all your locals, and then
Right?
you get to a regional and the deck just like, I'm about to shit the bed. And
Right?
it's just like, what? What is going on here, bro? This is not how you were
Dude,
advertised.
dude, that's what happened to me at Dallas last year. Not we go into Dallas last year. I'm playing fucking Ho Blaziken. I remember I told you.
So you told me
I
about
was like, dude, I was 1,000% confident. I'm like, this shit runs over all the meta. It runs the meta over. They're like, Buzzrock cannot fight that shit. Zora can't fight that shit. If you hit Archies, you're gonna lose. But everything else, you're just gonna fucking run over. And like, then I get hit with fucking Rotom and fucking Night March. I'm like, at the end of the day, it don't fucking matter what deck you pick because you never know what your matchups are, especially in expanded. Like,
facts.
what the fuck are you gonna do? You just try to play the most consistent thing and pray, pray.
Yeah, like because that's one thing that when we went into Dallas, we were talking
This
about.
regional,
Hmm.
okay, with Tina Chomp.
We're yeah, like before Tina Shop was even a thing, like we're just like, how many of this deck do you think you're gonna play? How many of this deck do you think you're gonna play? And then somebody just goes, fuck that shit. You're gonna play 9 different decks. Just play the best deck.
Yeah, I think that's like the mind or the mentality you have to have. Basically, is like you can try to meta call it, but you have to be like to meta call something. You have to be so far ahead of the meta, in my opinion. Or you just play like
or there can't be a meta.
right, or it has to be so blatant. Like at Portland, it was so blatant that Dark was good, and like people just didn't have enough time to test anything. But everyone knew Dark was good, so I was like, I know Dark is good. I'm playing Lucario. I'm gonna fucking beat all the Dark people, and I did that.
Fact.
But then when I went into Dallas, now everyone's had time. That everyone knows Dark is good, but they're not gonna play it. I should have fucking known that. They're not gonna play it. They're gonna beat it, or they're gonna play some fucking weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just had enough time to test the meta and start playing good decks, and Lucario just wasn't the play.
I don't think
No.
that it wasn't the play. There was a lot of Dark.
There was, but it was more.
But there was just so much Mewtwo too.
The Mewtwo matchup's not even that bad. The worst part is just like there's too many. The deck, like I was talking about Jenkins and what we were talking about, and I was like, Lucario's good,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not for expanded. It's not broken. Like there's
Yeah.
in expanded these decks like Teen Chomp is broken. What it does is broken. Like you shouldn't be able to do something like that. And
Yeah, that's
and,
what I was like. That's one thing I was initially talking about, and when the format had kind of solidified, I was like, all these decks are really fair, and Mewtwo was the only broken deck because Mewtwo allowed you to do a bunch of things
dumb
that
shit.
like you shouldn't be able to do.
Right.
And then these guys showed me the Tina Chomp deck, and they were just like, oh, this is filthy.
Yeah.
Because you stop Mewtwo, you body dark, you
Yeah.
literally put it in a glad bag, and you stop all the one prize decks as long as they don't play Ranger. And
Right.
the only thing you lose to was stall.
Yeah.
So as long as you win or lose all your games, you'll make day 2.
Yeah. And I think not tying. I think that's huge in regionals is not tying. And
Yes.
I tell people all the time if you want to play a deck where, or you want to at least play to not tie. Because I know there's a lot of people that just fucking tie all the time. It's like, especially in my local area, like this dude's just fucking tying king. I'm like, at the end of the day, that's your fault. Like, you're doing something because you're tying too much for it not to be your fault. So you got to figure that out yourself.
That's one thing I definitely have been trying to prevent this year is ties.
Right. I've always been good at that. I rarely tie. I'm like I said, I like to scoop. I'll fucking scoop game 1 and let's try this again. Because like ties just suck. There's nothing you
Like
can do.
sometimes I'll be in like this like position where I know that like my hand is bad, but
Right.
like my board state is good, and like if something doesn't happen, then I'll be like, okay, I can win this game.
Yeah.
And then that thing happens, then I draw like a halfway good card, and then
You're
just
like,
like if this happens, then I can win. And then it doesn't happen, and I'm just like,
Fuck.
but then I can win.
I should have scooped. Fuck.
Exactly.
That does
And all
happen.
the time you wasted, you just should have just picked them up and gone to the next.
That's what happened with me against Shocklock. I was playing Joey, and he, like, I had outs. I evolve. I can take a knockout. I have scoop up Cyclone, which I can break the lock, and then I have Great Catcher that can break the lock. And like he had a Lele on the bench, and like he's just AZing and fucking he's locking me over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, I only have 1 prize left. I'm like, I just need to hit this Great Catcher, and I win. And I'm fucking drawing and drawing and drawing, and like I'm not hitting it, but and like he's kind of just looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, you know? But he like with me not scooping, like he just realized that I have to have an out. So like one turn he just took a breath and just thought about it. Like, what is he trying to draw? And then he goes, AZ picks up the fucking Lele. And I was like, alright. That's good. I'm like, fuck! Like, that's
This
all I
reminds
had.
me of the game I played against Joey Rudiger at Santa Clara. So day 1, Joey literally. So Joey, I, and Catrone stayed in the same hotel the night before day 1, and I shared my list with both of them. So Joey knew that I was playing the Stealthy Hood in my Zapdos list.
Alright.
So we ended up getting paired. I think it was like round 7, day 1, and he goes Lone Plume, Ace Roll as his Lucario, and I exasperatedly kind of just like Stella wished and passed. But the prize before, I think I took a prize on like an Oddish or something, and it was the Stealthy Hood. So all I was looking for was E-Power because I had Coco in hand, and he's just like, he's kind of just like waiting for me to scoop. So I dropped the Coco, dropped the Hood, dropped the E-Power, and take the game off of him, and he just was like,
oh, fuck, I fucking forgot about that shit.
Yeah, he did, and he was kind of like angry, but it was cool.
Yeah.
He just kind of, he was more angry at himself a little bit because he forgot that I showed him the Hood.
It's little cards like that, like, and it just sucks. Like, he took that second to think about all the outs, and he got it. But I mean, that's what good players do. Eventually, there's a reason he's not scooping, especially when you play decks like that. There's a reason your opponent. He knows I'm not stupid. He knows who I am. He knows I'm not stupid. So he knows I have an out. He just had to think about what that was, and he figured it out, which sucks in the long run. But
yeah.
Let's jump back. So you start playing in 2016, 2017. You've been traveling pretty consistently the last 2 years now, right? What are you doing work wise?
What do you mean? I work for Nissan right now.
Okay.
work in the
So you
parts department.
just like a like no crazy work from home job. You're not a full time
No,
Pokemon.
no,
You
no.
gotta
I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm not that
you
cool,
might be like
bro.
the first fucking person we have on this that actually has to like
Unfortunately.
ask for time off. Am I wrong here?
Yeah, I do ask for time off.
Oh,
Yeah.
welcome to the fucking. No, I'm not in that club. I don't have to ask for time off. But it's kind of nice to like see someone that plays Pokemon as consistently as you do, that has a normal job. Like, there's not many people that do this. And like, how's that go down? I mean, we don't. I know it sounds like a fucking off the wall question, but like, is it hard for you to get time off and shit like that?
No, actually.
No.
So I kind of just asked for it like as soon as like the Pokemon schedule drops.
Okay, that's cool.
So like when the schedule drops, I just go, I'm gonna go to this tournament, this one, and this one, and I kind of like know where I am in the company.
Okay.
So it's just like they're just like,
Just
okay,
to prove
cool.
it? That's dope.
Prove it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, ideally you have to have something like that because,
And they approve it mainly because it's Pokemon and not anything like
weird.
great, like anything else.
Oh,
Like,
really?
they're
That's
just
cool.
like, yeah. Like,
If they only knew what we did after. No, just
right?
shit gets down,
They're
dude.
just like, you play Pokemon, and they're just like, yeah, we
That's
play
it.
for money and stuff like that. And then you show them like a YouTube of like the previous year's worlds, and they're just like, oh, this is crazy, and they're just like, yeah, you can go.
That's dope. That's dope.
Like they like thrilled a little bit.
See, guys, look, listen to this guy. He's like, dude, just start showing them fucking YouTube videos on why you need to go to these tournaments.
Yeah,
It might go a long way.
They're just like, my kid plays, or my kid wants to play, or I used to play, or this and that, and they get nostalgic a little bit, and they're just like, and that's how I like started like coaching kids in the area.
Okay.
Like a lot of their parents just like, we want to get in on this, and just like, okay, it's not an easy grind, but
Right. How did you get back in, or did you play it as a kid, or did you just jump into it now?
I actually collected cards as a kid.
Okay.
I didn't really know how to play, but I was introduced to Pokemon League. Jesus Christ, I think I was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
I got my first Pokemon game for the Game Boy. It was Pokemon trading card game before Gold and Silver were even out. My cousin gave it to me. Shout out to my cousin Kim.
Right.
She lives in Texas.
Dope.
She got me introduced to Pokemon, and I played all the way up till, I think I played the video game till like Emerald came out.
Yeah, that was a big video game. I love the video game.
Did Fire Red and Leaf Green come out after Emerald?
Yeah.
I think they did. I played till Fire Red and Leaf Green came out.
Yeah.
I love those games.
I love that.
And I think I sold my Game Boy SP my freshman year of high school for like $20, which was a total steal. I got robbed.
Yeah, you did. You guys were robbed. I think I still have my SP, boy. That thing's dope.
Like my SP, I had it for Christmas too. It had the little light up button in the
Yeah.
middle because it came out after the first SP came out, because the first SP didn't have that.
Yep.
It had automatic backlight.
Yep.
But
we needed that shit.
Oh my god,
that was game changer.
SP was a game changer.
It was.
Bro. You could play at night.
Mm-hmm.
You could play portable. Like
you didn't have to get the fucking stupid wire light.
Yeah, that's what you had to put on your Game Boy Color. Oh my god, that was trash.
Game Boy Advance on that shit.
I had one of those too.
Yep.
Like,
that's hilarious.
My Game Boy stages like went weird, like in a weird way, because I had a Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had a original Game Boy.
I had
like
a Game Boy,
big old white, like grayish one.
I still got
with the purple buttons.
Yes.
Yeah, we're playing Tetris on that. Then we upgraded our lives to Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
Then from there, we got every single game. I skipped Game Boy Advance. Never had one of those.
Come on, man. Loved it.
Right. My cousin had one, but it kind of looked ugly to me. And then the SP came out. We're just like, this is S tier.
This is S tier.
This is S tier gaming. S tier portable gaming.
Right.
Yeah,
so how'd you get in the cars?
Right.
Or 2016. How does that come around? So much time.
So Jalen literally goes, bro, let's play Pokemon again. And I was like the video game? And he was like, no, bro, the cards. You can make money. And I was like, That's cap. So he shows me Dark Integral videos. That's how we got into the game.
Okay. All right. It's so
Like,
weird.
Dark...
It's so weird. Like everyone has. Why? I hope this has changed, but like I feel like a lot. I mean, no, I don't want to give any disrespect to these people, but a lot of people's come up at the beginning is watching very cringy YouTubers that play the Pokemon game. And I think now we got like Raul and all them, and you got fucking Azul. Like he just had 500 fucking people on his stream. Like I think it's so much. Like I don't want to. I know it's throwing fucking shade, but like it's a better look on the game when you're watching someone like Azul than you are watching that. A lot of these people watch these cringy ass fucking YouTubers. But well, yeah, continue.
But yeah, I mean, so I can see both sides.
Right.
Being the competitive person that I am, I was like, okay, cool. I definitely want to step into this game, and I want to do well.
Did you play any other card games before that, or no?
No, I had never. Wow. I had played I think I played like Yu-Gi-Oh as a child, but like that was like third grade. So right after you transition.
That's fucking. That's actually crazy. Like, so you're straight up just chilling. What grade are you in? How old are you at this point?
So I think. So when Jalen first introduced me to Pokemon, I think it was 2013. Like back then it was 2013 Pokemon cards, and I think we were going to play a States.
Okay.
So I couldn't play in the States because my deck wasn't legal, and it was absolutely like terrible. It was like whatever 60 cards Jalen like threw together. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, we can't really play, so we'll just watch you. And then the judges were kind of like a little bit mean, so we were just like, okay, if we can't watch you, then we'll have to leave, and we'll just go wait till you're done.
Right.
So that passes.
That's crazy.
Jalen still plays, but he doesn't tell us about it. So then he comes back and he's like, oh, these are the cards. And I was like, oh, these cards look way cooler than the ones you showed me before.
They look dope.
Let's play. So he teaches me how to play. I have only played Pokemon with him. And he's like, okay, cool. Let's go play a regional. And I was like, what's that? And he was like, it's like a big Pokemon tournament. I'm thinking like 50, 60, 70 people. And he goes, nah, bud, we're talking like 300.
400. You're like, there's 400 fucking people able to play this? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like literally before this, before I was introduced to Pokemon at all, I was like going to Georgia State, and like I was literally just rapping. I was going. I literally told my dad I wanted to go to Georgia State so I could be in the city. I was gonna I could have literally gone to any college like in the South. So I was just like, nah, man, I'm literally in Atlanta. I can get famous rapping right here, right now.
Got this.
We can do this. Jalen shows me Pokemon, rap career is prolonged.
Yeah, we got time out. Pokemon for sure. Fuck this rap shit. All right, we figured that out later. That's so funny. Like that's insane. That's a crazy story because it's like how mine started is like everyone was playing Magic, and then I went to the fucking card store and I was like, these cards look cooler playing that. But like for you to just be chilling and someone go, we should play Pokemon, and you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. That's fucking
full
funny.
Sin.
Let's go all in on this shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like it was crazy because like I was doing very well in school, and like my and I was like, you know what, this is cool. I think my dad will be happy like that I'm doing very well. And then he was like, yeah, man, you can do better. And I was like, wait a second. I've been going to school for X odd years consecutively, and I'm just like, I'm dying here. I just
need a break.
Right? And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna do what I want now.
Right? Hey, sometimes you gotta do it. I mean, you got time, you figure that shit out.
Right? Now I'm 26 and I wish I had finished.
Yeah, I'm
not far. I've got like a couple classes left, but
me too.
I wish I had finished.
Dude, we're in the same boat. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm very close, but I also don't want to go back. But
all right,
I'll eventually
watching the stream, finish school now, kids.
Correct. Finish that shit now. Actually,
student debt is not a game.
I don't know. I feel
that is not a game.
Hey, we don't need to get in that. Like, actually, Probably don't go to college unless you got that full ride. All right, chill,
I mean,
chill.
you don't even need to. You don't even need a full ride.
You need some grants and shit. You know, figure that shit out.
You need a plan.
Yeah.
You need a plan.
Definitely plan. So if you're listening to this right now, you're 18, you're getting out of high school right now, you don't have a plan. Chillax, make some money.
I'm about to give you the plan right now.
Oh,
this is a super huge leak.
Here's the plan. Leaks.
I'm about to leak.
Leaks.
So, if you're 16 right now, that means you're a sophomore or 15, sophomore. Take your SAT now. Take your SAT right now, or your ACT. Take it right now, because the math that's on the SAT and ACT is the math that you're learning right now.
Oh.
And you can take all the other tests. They'll take the highest grade. So the highest number you get is the one that they'll take. So you can take the SAT as many times as you want. So the higher the math score, the higher the English score. You can take it whenever you want.
Yeah.
And at least if you take it at the age of 15 or 16, you'll get your highest math score because you're already learning that math and you won't have to study it.
There you go. You fucking got it. You heard it here.
Then after that, when you send your scores off, you send them to the colleges that will take them for free.
Oh, 100%.
And then they will send you application letters in the mail.
There you go.
Then you apply to those colleges. Those colleges that are in your state will probably give you some scholarships. If they don't, they will still give you a free application. Right. The fee is waived, so you don't have to pay to send your application to that school.
Look,
so
fucking dropping knowledge right here.
Right. Free knowledge, free game.
High school's a joke, but get your shit together. It is a joke.
High school is a joke.
I do shit.
If you were 18 and you're about to graduate high school right now, take a financial planning course.
Yeah.
You need to know how to set up your money.
We're fucking breaking it down here, boys.
Right?
My goal.
There's no reason that you need to be 18 and broke. You don't have to be broke. You do not have to go through the struggles that everyone else has gone through. Yeah. Set up your money. Learn how to use and manage your money.
I agree.
Stop sharing it with these people.
I almost think everyone should take a year off and fucking stack. Stack.
You should take some time off of school.
Agreed. 18 years old.
Going to school.
Start stacking.
12, 13 years straight.
You're at home with your parents. You don't have bills. You just became a person in real life. Get a job. Fucking just stack that money till it fucking hits the ceiling.
Yes.
Gucci.
Do that. Also, while you have no bills, don't be buying Jordans. Do not buy Jordans.
Unless you know how to flip them. Unless you're flipping them, right?
Unless you're flipping Jordans.
Then buy all the Jordans.
That money that you spent on Jordans, you could have bought a round trip ticket from your state to a state you have not been to.
Yep.
Or you could have got your passport and traveled to somewhere else.
Get your fucking passport.
Get your passport.
Get your fucking passport, everyone. I don't care who you are right now. You're 50 years old. Get your passport. Go travel the world. Figure this out.
Go to a different country. Immerse yourself in a different culture. Hang out with some people that do not look like you.
New segment of the Faytown, dropping fucking knowledge on everyone.
Right.
All right, let's jump back. All right, so before we wrap this all up, what is the end goal here? Are we becoming a rap star? Are we going full-time Pokemon, hoping Pokemon backs this shit and we become fucking superstar Pokemon players, or are we just chilling? Are we chilling and we taking day by day?
So, my end goal with Pokemon is I will be satisfied if I win a regional, or if I top 8 another regional, or if I top 32 worlds.
Okay. I like the top 32
and then
worlds.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine to retire from the game.
Okay. Even as another top 8 at a regional, you'd be good?
Absolutely.
Really?
At least I followed up.
Okay.
My other one.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, it's not good enough for me to retire, but I feel like I have proved to myself that I could do it again. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the one thing that that's one lesson that you should also learn. Do not live your life based on other people's opinions. Your goals are the ones that matter to you.
Right.
When you reach your goals, when you think you're done, that's when you're done.
Agreed. And
that's when I think I'm done with the game.
I feel like there's a lot of people in this game that have done well. Just you need to understand that this fucking piece of glass right here, not many fucking people get this. Like, I didn't realize it. I didn't know the significance to this piece of glass until I sat down with someone and they told me that they've been playing this game for 10 fucking years and don't have one. You know? Exactly. And there's a lot of people that play this shit that don't get this. And you gotta, like, realize, like, this means something, all right? So if you do accomplish goals, be happy. Like, this means something, all right?
And the crazy thing, not to like,
yes,
be weird about this, but when I first got my glass trophy, I was one of 3 black players in the game that had glass trophies.
See?
John Ing didn't even have a glass trophy when I got mine, but he's got more than me now. I think he's got 2 or 3 in the last 6 months.
I think he's got a lot from like
Shout out to John
seniors though, but that's not the same.
I mean, but masters though.
Yes, I agree.
We're talking masters.
We're talking masters for sure, and like it's crazy. There's a lot of people, and like, you'll be super surprised if the people that don't have glass, and like it's very. Like, when I got it, I took it for granted. I was like, a fucking 3rd? That's not good. You know? But, like, you gotta look in perspective. Like, there's people that play this game forever and haven't even touched it, you know?
Facts.
So, and there's a lot of players out there that don't have big names, that have glass like this, that they don't realize what's going on, and, like, you did something special. So, feel accomplished, all right, guys? And these little goals are good. Like, as much as you want to sit here and, like, I want to win a regional or whatever, if you get anything, any fucking goal in this game, feel accomplished. It was good. You did well.
Yeah, you've done better than 80% of people.
Correct. It's dope.
You probably do better than a larger percent. I just don't want
to we're just
throw any, like, more shade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we kind of sound fucking cocky right here. I didn't even think about it. I was like, yeah, fuck it. But it's not even like that. It's more of like, I'm trying to say that like small accomplishments are still accomplishments.
Still accomplishments.
You know? Still accomplishments, you know? As much as everyone wants to win fucking worlds, I mean, getting a top 4 out of regionals is pretty fucking good. We take those.
Right.
So that's it for you. One of those 3 things happens. We're hanging it up, and we going back into the rap game. We going back to school, and we getting our life together.
Actually, we're gonna go back into the rap game regardless because.
I've heard some shit. I might link that shit down below. I've heard it. Not too bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, man.
A little effort, and we're gonna be there.
I was totally like chilling. I was really just chilling out, and then Rudy Wade, for some reason, he figures out that I can rap or something like that, and next thing you know, I ended up doing a song. He sends me a beat, and I was like, this beat's really cool, and I figured out that Jay Lesage raps.
Yep.
And I was kind of like coaching him, like telling him like things that I learned I started rapping in 2012. The last 8 years that I've been like rapping and going through the circuit here, and like I was just telling him things so he couldn't get burnt out, or so he would like skip a few of the steps that I took.
Right.
And it's kind of like working for him. He's doing some really cool things.
That's
and I was just like, so by working with them, like them being really young guys, like I'm not that much older than them, but their ideas are very young, they're very fresh, and they kind of inspired me to keep doing it. So like, I think I'm actually gonna put out an album probably like this year or next year, and it'll be really cool.
That'd be sick. We'll fucking super.
There will be no 30 racks or up and up songs on that album.
That's fun.
But also, 30 racks just reached 5,000 streams.
We're killing it.
Right.
I'll put some links down below. Before we wrap this all up, you got any shout outs you want to do?
Oh, for sure. Shout out to my cousin Kim. It's her fault that I play Pokemon. Shout out to Jalen. It's his fault that I play Pokemon cards. Shout out to Cutter Tap. They're the reason that I keep going and keep doing well.
That's dope.
Shout out to Team Infinite. Those are the guys that make sure I get paid.
All right.
And they hook me up with cards and stuff. And they're just the homies.
That's what's up.
And
hey,
shout out to you for having me on the show.
Anytime, brother.
It's been a long time coming.
Hey, I had you on the big show though. Come on.
We did do the big show. The big show. I think I was a little bit too real for that big show though.
What do you mean? Everyone was real. Everyone was real on that show. That show was dope. If you haven't watched that show, go back and watch that.
That show was super real.
It was sick.
I think I dropped a big real bomb on this show.
It's a good episode. Everyone go.
Don't get upset. Dude, it was a real bomb. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but if I did, shout out to you. You know who you are. You're live. And,
that's what's up.
Shout out to your old cast member who's not
which one
with us anymore. The buff guy.
Oh, Kevin. Carl. Oh yeah, drop some little knowledge. Carl's done too. Good.
Carl's done too.
Yeah, he's too busy. He just got a job.
Carl's
he's doing
got a big boy job though.
He got that big boy job. He's killing it. He's killing it, and all's good there.
Getting that big paper.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Carl to float me some dollars. You know I'm broke out here.
Same. When you taking all that time off for Pokemon, some shit you got,
Oh, okay. That's covered now.
Yeah,
we good
Gucci.
on that. I just mean like Carl can send me some extra though, so I can buy some designer stuff.
Oh yeah. I like it. I like it. That's what's up.
I gotta feed this rap game. I gotta feed the rap career.
You right.
Feed the streets.
But yeah, dude, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. If this is your guys' first time watching this, definitely hit that shit with the like button. Subscribe. There's going to be some changes coming. I'm not going to announce anything right now. Just keep that in mind. Shit's changing. The show's only going to get better. We got shit in the works, all right, guys? But for now, we got to scoop it up.